Hey good people, this is Inanna Joy, and I am here with you on a beautiful Sunday evening in nature by the creek, just chilling. Y'all hear that nice water, the sound of that beautiful, peaceful water? Let me turn my camera around and show you a little bit of what I'm looking at. So this is my spot that I like to come to sometimes to meditate. Sometimes I bring the kids out here and we just chill. You know, sometimes we take a walk along the creek side. Well, really, I don't know. It's more of a river. Parts of it are kind of small, so it condenses into a creek. Look, what's the difference between a river and a creek? I don't know. At certain points along the walking trail, they call it a creek. Sometimes they call it a river. I just know that there's water and it's very peaceful here. I met some EPIDEMIC practitioners who were having a lovely ceremony out here a few months ago. Saw some people out here giving offerings. I like to come out here, pray, meditate from time to time. It's just a beautiful place to contemplate life and things, right? And what I got on my mind today is the times that we're living in. You know, I'm not one of those gloom and doom people who thinks that, you know, we're at the end of it all. We may be at the end of something, but not all of it. But I can certainly recognize some of the signs of a declining empire. And these are the kinds of signs that human beings have witnessed time and time again, eon after eon, civilization after civilization. It's this idea that the love of many has waxed cold. I mentioned in one of my other videos that though my spiritual understanding has expanded significantly since I was a child, I can still remember a lot of those scriptures that I read growing up. And in the book of Matthew, there's a passage, I believe it's Matthew 24, that talks about the quote unquote end times, the end of this era, when there would be such an increase in wickedness in the world, when the love of many would wax cold. We see that played out in the celebration of savagery, the way that people go about developing their strategies for dealing with other people by reading books like, you know, the 48 Laws of Power and The Art of War, you know, these pop psychology books that actually hold a lot of value and can teach us a lot, but that are pretty much giving people their marching orders nowadays on how to deal with one another. Now, it's not everybody, but there's a significant group of people out there who have adopted an attitude of complete transactionalism when it comes to love relationships or just the way that they deal with people in general. And it's just interesting to observe. I have some projects that I'm working on right now that you'll have the opportunity to partake in reading in a short period of time, and I talk about that. I like to call it the NARCPOCALYPSE. Everybody's tired of hearing about narcissists, but in this day and age, the age of the selfie, the age of, you know, an age when anybody and everybody can be famous and so many people want to be. It is a time of significant self-centeredness. And I say that as someone who's creating content online, but you know, there's a way to do it and keep it in balance. A lot of people don't keep it in balance. It's like a zombie apocalypse of narcissism, a zombie apocalypse of selfishness that we are encountering in the world today. And I think that on the one hand, that has presented an opportunity. It has contributed to the frustration that a lot of people feel in trying to go out into the world and have an authentic experience. It has driven a lot of people into a state of meditation and self-improvement, such that if we get that critical mass of people, which I believe we have, that critical mass of people who are willing to pull away from the masses long enough to self-reflect, long enough to self-improve, then the future generations are going to benefit. You reach a point of diminishing returns where we have so much development, so much advancement, so many, wonderful things at our fingertips. There is such a thing as having too much of a good thing. Everything has to be kept in balance in this life and in this world. And I strive to be, I plan to be one of those people who just keeps it in balance. We can enjoy ourselves, we can love ourselves, we can show our faces to the world and share our message, but we can also embrace the spirit of community, the spirit of authenticity and love and giving a damn about others. Not to the point that we allow them to take advantage of us, but enough that we put enough good energy out into the world that it makes a difference. Somehow, some way. We'll be learning until the day that we die. We will be feeding ourselves, feeding our minds until the day that we die. But in so doing, we have to keep that in balance because there are other people around us that we should care for. The behavior, the habits, the mindsets, the energy that we put out affects the people around us. So it just takes me back to my little acronym I told you about before. My name, J.O.Y. Everybody's talking about joy and the bliss of experiencing freedom, a level of freedom that humanity really has not experienced before in this era, as we cycle back to a time of deeper humanity. People are relearning what it means to be joyful. My little acronym, J.O.Y, just own you. Happiness, deep happiness that isn't affected by circumstances, is heavily dependent upon your ability to recognize that with freedom comes responsibility. The first responsibility is yourself. Just own you. Just own your thoughts, your habits, the energy that you put out into the world, the way that you treat people, what you choose to do the minute you get up in the morning, how you cultivate your mind, what activities you engage in, whether they're going to be healthy or not, whether you're going to eat food that's going to be good for your body or not. Own you. And take the time to make little steps to either improve or reinforce the positive aspects of who you are, so that we can have that much more of your beauty and your goodness to enjoy in the world. This is Inanna Joy, sharing a few of the things that I've learned and some things that I'm still learning with you. Thanks for jumping in the joy well with me, where we examine what it means to grow and to live and love through life's joy, pain, sunshine, or rain. In the joy well, you will follow your bliss to your purpose. You will align with your joy and live well. See you soon.